Hi everyone, this is the Madison Chase team.
I'm Madison.
And I'm Chase. We wanted to do a quick video for you guys about the new rental ordinance that's going to be rolled out here in California in January of 2020.
Next year, guys. That's like in days, months, weeks, not years.
Exactly. So it's already passed the Assembly and the Senate, and we are anticipating Governor Newsom to sign it literally any day now. What this is going to do for property owners here in California is the rental growth is going to be capped at 5% annually plus CPI. So that's the consumer price index. It might be 1%, 2.5%, whatever it may be. That's all that we're going to be allowed to increase it by. The next thing that's going to be going into effect is the eviction and the tenancy situation, which
Chase kind of gave you guys the good news, which I don't know how you guys feel, but if I was a landlord, I don't want anybody telling me that I get capped ever. That's kind of the exciting thing about California real estate, is that there isn't a cap. We've got great equity plays here. And so that's just one half of it. And like I said, that he just gave you the good news. So I'm here to kind of be the bearer of bad news. But ultimately, the second piece is, first off, right now, an eviction in California takes 90 days. That's 3 months that a landlord has no income coming in at all. Right. And guess what this lovely law is doing? Raised it 120 days. So now that's 4 months that a landlord doesn't have income coming in. That's huge in an investment strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. That could kill a deal.
That can, absolutely. So that's one piece of it. And then the second piece is something called lifetime tenancy. Right now they're changing it so that a tenant is considered a lifetime resident if they have been living and renting in that home for 12 months. What it means when they become a lifetime resident is that you're kind of stuck as a landlord. Ultimately, that tenant can stay there pretty much for as long as they want to. If they're in material breach of a contract and something extreme happens, you have the right as a landlord to break that contract. But what you don't have the right any longer to is, if they're there for 12 months at the end of their lease, rather than it continuing to be a bilateral agreement, meaning you get to decide to continue or they get to decide to continue, you are forced to provide them with the option to renew. And if they want to renew, guess what? They're renewing, and there's nothing you can do about it. With all of that being said, we're concerned about preserving the health of these properties, because if you can never really get a tenant out to do certain fix-it type things to it, that could create an issue for you long term. And then the second piece of that is, if you want to sell that house, let's say the market's booming, which it is today, let's say you want to sell it, but you've got a lifetime tenant in that property, you can't just casually kick them out. You're selling now your home with a tenant in it, and guess what? That tenant is going with that sale. A homeowner no longer is really eligible to buy that property as it is, which means an investor is going to be your only candidate and pool to find a buyer from. And we all know investors pay significantly less than a homeowner pays. However, there are a few exemptions to the rule. So this is really geared towards multi-unit, multi-family properties that are 15 years or older. But like I said, there's a few tricks and things that give you a loophole.
Yeah, so if you have a single family residence or a condo, then you are exempt so long as it is held in a natural person. So this is really only going to be people who own a property individually, and the trust, I believe, is also an option. Yep. So anything outside of that, unfortunately, all of our LLCs, our INCs, they're going to be hit with this as well. And Madison did touch on the 15-year period, so anything after February 1st of 1995 for a multifamily property would be exempt. But truly what concerns me is this is just kind of step one. You know, we don't know what modifications are going to come to this and what it's going to look like for any rental owner moving forward.
Right, and right now this ordinance is proposed to be in effect for 10 years. Chances are, like Chase said, there's going to be modifications between now and 10 years from now. That's how legislature works. And so we don't know. Right now, there's a few loopholes and creative ways that we can help you protect your investments and also keep the liability out of it by keeping your LLC holding it. But How long is that going to last? We don't know. And that's really the conversation that we need to be having. We're in a unique position today at the tail end of 2019, before this 2020 ordinance goes into effect, that we can start putting some things in place so that you're protected moving into this. So anyways, we don't know exactly what your situation is or what you've been thinking about, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd also love to strategize with you and support you and be a resource for you. So by all means, throw us a DM, send us a message, give us a call. We're here for you, and we look forward to connecting.